everyone, this look is not in a series. I'm actually doing this look because I just spent a bunch of the E.L.F. was having a sale and I spent a bunch of money there. And I wanted to do kind of a product review tutorial. So the makeup is pretty basic, a little bit of purple, kind of taupey colored, and really bright red lips. But the main goal of this tutorial is a product review for E.L.F. Cosmetics. So I'm going to talk about a bunch of different products that you don't even see on my face right now. I'm also going to talk about all of the products and brushes that I use in this tutorial. I actually have a bunch of E.L.F. eye brushes. I recommend them. I have one face brush. I recommend their face brushes. So if you want to figure out how to do this look or even just know more information about E.L.F. Cosmetics, please, please, please keep watching. I am going to sneak in one thing right now that I didn't talk about. It's face care and brush care, E.L.F. This is an E.L.F. zit zapper. It's a little tube with a roller ball on it. Put it on your zits at night before you go to bed and you wake up and they're at least a lot smaller, if not completely gone. I didn't mention that in the bulk of my video, so I wanted to mention it now. I also want to mention E.L.F. brush cleanser. It's pretty much like a soap for your brushes, and it works really, really well. It's really gentle on the brushes. It doesn't destroy them. It doesn't stink. Sometimes you get a lot of brush cleansers that don't smell good, or soaps that don't smell good. This doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell good either, but it doesn't smell bad. A couple other things that I didn't mention in my video that I want to mention beforehand. If you have never bought anything from E.L.F., they carry them at Family Fair and Target that I know of, and there's also a website. So yeah, if you want to figure out how to do this look or learn any of the information, just keep watching. Bye. Okay, so today I'm going to start out with E.L.F. Mineral Infused Face Primer. Just going to squirt a little bit on the back of my hand. Probably not going to use all of that full squirt. It's fairly oily, so a little bit kind of goes a long way. I'm just going to smooth that down my face and neck. Next, I am going to go ahead and use E.L.F. Flawless Finish Foundation. I'm also going to apply this with my fingertips because I find that I have an easier time applying liquid foundation with my fingers. It makes a smoother look, for me anyway. And a lot of people like to use sponges and brushes, and I really don't. I just like to apply it with my fingertips because I like to get almost a sheer coverage. I don't really like a full coverage. So I'm just going to start by patting that on my face. And then I'm going to use my fingertips to just kind of work it in. And because of the mineral infused primer that I used first, this kind of glides on pretty easily. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. There are two foundations from E.L.F. that I found that I really, really like. Let me go ahead and show you the other one. I don't have it anymore. I ran out of the other one. The other one is their liquid foundation. Comes in like a little tube. This is their E.L.F. It's their Complete Coverage Concealer. It has 4 shades in it. I just got the lightest one that you could buy, obviously. And I just used my ring finger, and I used the second and the last, which are the two kind of yellow-based concealers, and I use that on my under eyes. And then I don't really use the third color in it because it's a bit too dark for me. Fortunately, I have friends that are slightly darker in skin color, then she's used it in emergency concealers. I just put a little bit on the bridge of my nose as well because I have a little discoloration there. So the reason I decided to do this video is really because I don't think enough people know that much about E.L.F. and know what great products they can make, and they're not all great. Some of them are kind of a miss, which I'll talk about a little bit later. But a lot of them are really fantastic products, or even if they're not top of the line, they're still pretty good. Their foundation is alright. It's a decent coverage. I don't wear a lot of foundation, so I'm not really worried about it being perfect. The one that I use is the Studio version. It's the most expensive one. It's still only $6 a bottle. I'm not crazy about their face primer. Like I said, it's kind of oily. A friend actually gave it to me because it makes her skin break out because it's so oily, but my skin's drier than hers, so I don't have as much of a problem with it. Anyways, now I'm going to set my foundation with the E.L.F. pressed powder. This is the clarifying pressed powder. It comes with like a little pad. This pad does not really fit into here at all. I'm just going to use it with a kabuki brush, and this is the only brush I'll be using today that isn't E.L.F. All my other brushes are E.L.F. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff that into the skin and along the jawline. And you can see it gives a decent coverage. I don't know how much the camera really kind of washes me out or makes it look cakey or anything. It can get a little bit cakey. Not that much. It's a lot better than a lot of other foundations that I've used. But just be careful. Use a lighter hand with it than you would use with other foundations. And then I'm going to just take on my middle finger and press a little bit more onto the concealer under my eyes to really set that, because my circles are fairly dark. Alright, another product I'm going to talk about today, one that I really, really like, and is so inexpensive compared to other products like this in the market, is the E.L.F. Eyelid Primer. This is the shimmery one. It's not quite comparable to Sin by Urban Decay. The texture is similar. It still has that kind of silicone-y type of texture, but this, instead of being shimmery, is more like, it's a little bit shimmery, but it has more glitter to it. And it's slightly more pigmented, so your lids actually take on the color of the primer. Unlike, I know Urban Decay primer is kind of, the Sin is shimmery but clear. The regular is kind of clearish. Whereas this one, the original formula is kind of whitish, fleshy colored. So it is slightly different. So I'm going to go in with my favorite brush. It's just an E.L.F. eyeshadow brush. And an eyeshadow color, let me see what this is called. It's called Moon Dust. And this is just the makeup palette that I made myself. This Moon Dust, I think this is Sage or something like that. Yeah, Moon Dust, Sage, Pink Ice, and the blush is Glow. I do have a lip balm, but I don't recommend buying their lip balms for these. They're not really that great as far as moisturization. So I'm just going to take that taupey, shimmery color Moon Dust and apply it on the inner corner of my eye. And up almost to my brow bone, just underneath where my highlight would go. Like that. Now, I am kind of packing this on a little bit, but it's more because the color is fairly subtle, because it's similar to my eyelid shade anyway. And I'm going to use the same brush and that Pink Ice color, which is really kind of bright, and just apply that to the area under my eyebrow. And also blending it into the inner corner area. And on the outer corner, I'm going to apply a pigmented it's a pigment eyeshadow. The color is Passionate Purple. It says it's a tiny little sticker on the side. The only problem that I've found thus far with this one is it is rather difficult to get it from the pot, like to shake it out and get it on your eyes. Now, the last time I used this, I also used this Makeup Lock and Seal. I don't recommend this for pigments because it just makes them really cakey. I have used the same thing for lipsticks and using eyeshadows as lipsticks, and that works rather well. But it just made this really dark and cakey. So I'm just going to take my E.L.F. crease brush and apply it in the outside corner. And move just under the under part of my eye. I'm just going to blend it with my fingers. Also, it's a pigment eyeshadow, but it's not super pigmented. And it looked different. I bought it online, and it looked a little bit different on the website than it did in person. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter than it is. So be wary of that when you buy. Because I definitely thought this is going to be like almost a lilac-y lavender color. And it's not. It's beautiful. I still love the color, but it's not what I expected. Next, I'm going to use E.L.F. Cream Eyeshadow. I'm also going to mention their liquid eyeliner, which I've used in a bunch of other tutorials. I want to mention it because the brush is really fine and really soft, so it's really easy to kind of get that really fine line, if that's what you're going for. If you're a beginner with liquid eyeliner, I definitely recommend this one because it is really easy to use. Also, I am a beginner with cream eyeliner. This is the first one I've ever used. I've used a gel eyeliner before and hated it, but I love this eyeliner. It applies really nicely. It's incredibly smooth. I actually am using the brush that came with the eyeliner, which is just a really small, densely packed angled brush. And I just kind of dip it in and then just make short strokes starting at the outside corner of my eye and going to the inside corner. And I like the softness that it gives. And I'm just going to draw out a little wing. Oops. It's really far. It's also really easy to fix if you make a mistake. So if you're learning, this is definitely the way to go. Now, I use liquid eyeliner pretty much every day, and this has been a good replacement for it. I'm also going to finish the other eye, but I'm going to prime my lips first. That way they're all nice and moisturized when I apply my lip gloss, or my lipstick later. This looks really funky, so bear with me for the rest of the tutorial. I just got their Plump and Prime, which my lips are already pretty plump, so I didn't really get it for the plumping part. But they were out of the Prep and Prime, or the other primer that they had while they were having a sale, so I got the Plump and Prime. I've used the plumping stuff a couple times. Not really crazy about it. It's cinnamon scented, which kind of turns me off of it a little bit. But it is clear. It says you should apply it over top of your lipstick or lip gloss, whatever you put on top of the primer. I've worn it by itself. It's really good for its moisturizing properties. I haven't noticed my lips getting any plumper or anything, which, I mean, obviously I don't really need. But it's a really good moisturizer. So I'm just going to apply the cream eyeshadow to the other eye. apparently draw a completely different wing on this eye than that eye, but I'll fix that. Yeah, the only part that's hard about this brush is I'm not really great at drawing wings with it yet. So my wings have been a little crazy. But I keep practicing, and I know I'll get better. I'm just going to go ahead and re-go over this area with the purple and even it out because I realized it's pretty uneven. Okay. I'm going to curl my eyelashes. This is the other instrument that I have that is an E.L.F. It's a just regular eyelash curler. It doesn't really matter which kind you use. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with E.L.F. regular mascara. This is actually a duo, so one side has waterproof and one side is regular, but I'm just using regular today. I'm not crazy with their mascara really that much. I've used better mascaras, but I've also used way worse mascaras. I find it less appealing than Ulta, which is my favorite brand of mascara, but far, far more appealing than CoverGirl because I find CoverGirl is flaky and just kind of crap. It's better than Urban Decay mascara, I'll tell you that. Urban Decay mascara does almost nothing for my eyelashes. So in comparison, I would probably just spend the an extra couple bucks and get the Ulta version. If you don't have an Ulta near you, or you have used it and hated it, I mean, everybody needs something kind of different as far as mascara goes, so it's hard to really recommend a good mascara to somebody. I'm going to use E.L.F. Eye Brightening Black eye pencil in my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and bring it up into the upper inner waterline as well, just to really make it look connected. Now because the look is kind of dark, I feel the Eye Brightening Black actually does a little bit more justice to my eyes than a regular black pencil, but it isn't super, super, super black. It's kind of like charcoal gray, which I like for this. And then I'm going to use another E.L.F. pencil. This is a shimmer eyeliner. It has a bunch of glitter in it. I'm just going to use that on the outside bottom lash line just to kind of darken that area up a little bit. And then I'm going to use a smudge brush. This is again E.L.F. and kind of smudge it a little bit. And with that, the eyes are finished. So I'm going to move on to the cheeks. I'm going to use the Glow blush that's in that palette that I showed you earlier. And I just got this E.L.F. stippling brush. I kind of got it for this cream blush that I have, but because I'm doing a exclusively E.L.F. tutorial, I'm just going to use it for this as well. And I'm just going to apply that to the back parts of the apples of my cheeks and around my temple area. I'm kind of trying to keep the blush a little bit more neutral, which this blush is not intense intensely pigmented, and the color is rather neutral. One thing that I really love that this came with is a little sleeve, so your brush won't lose its shape. Now I'm going to do the actually last touch of the eyes. This is a glitter liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of that in the inner corner to kind of brighten my eyes a little bit. And I really, really like this a lot. I've used a couple different products that are similar to this, and this one is really high quality compared to the other ones that I've used that are similar. This is it's up there. It's one of the best. Urban Decay packs a little bit more punch, but this one, the kind of crystal colors of it is just, it's really pretty. I really like it. Okay. Next I'm going to use E.L.F. Long Wear Lip Liner in Bitter, which is a red color, and I'm going to fill in the lips. I'm going to line and then fill in the lips on top of this primer. I'm going to take a second, kind of let this sit in a little bit to talk about some other E.L.F. lip balms that I have and lip glosses. First, E.L.F. lip stain. I have a really hard time getting lip stains to stay on my lips. This one is no different than any of the other ones that I've used, including kind of high scale lip stains. E.L.F. All Over Stick. I recommend this for blush. It doesn't work as well as a chapstick. It's just kind of, this one's Pink Lemonade, and it smells like lemonade, and it's nice. But for a cream blush, it's amazing. It also has a really nice shimmer if you have paler lips. It really works. And E.L.F. Candy Shop Lip Gloss, which I actually picked up forever ago. It was like if you spent over so much, you got a coupon or something at a store. And it's alright. It's pretty moisturizing. This Therapeutic Conditioning Balm, don't bother. It's only $1. That's why I bought it. Not worth $1. It's pretty much useless. And finally, E.L.F. Pout Perfector. It's a little bit sticky. The glitter in it is really super holographic, which is really cool, but is kind of intense too. But I like it. But you do have to kind of reapply it a lot. It wears off pretty quickly. Now, last but not least, this is a new product that I just got. E.L.F. Lipstick in Fearless. It is really, really bright red. It smells like berries. It's really, like, it smells really nice. And it applies really, really nicely. It's very smooth. And it stays on for quite some time. I also really enjoy the shape of the bullet because it contours my lips really, really well. So I'm just going to do something that I forgot to do and brush my eyebrows. Looking a little crazy. So that's it for the tutorial. I know the tutorial itself was pretty basic because I wanted to combine it with the kind of product review of some of the new products that I got. I just splurged and spent a bunch of money at E.L.F. As you can tell, a lot of my products are new. You haven't seen it in any other videos. So yeah, if you like this look, give me a thumbs up. Check out my other videos. I should have some more coming out soon. I am planning to record some using somebody else's face. Me doing makeup on somebody else's face. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Stay beautiful. Bye.